I think just look really nice.
Which one have you sent me one?
Yeah.
Streams live. Streams live. Yeah, yeah. Super
That kind of
perspective.
stuff. It's like, it's clean. Like if you took those lines away, there's that value painting he's done underneath. Just like the whatever he's done.
I can.
It's so easy.
I think I can one up you.
It's just grey, a bit of a highlight, a bit of a shadow. That is literally all it's done. So it's all in the lines. I'd really like to get to like that level of doing line drawings.
How do I look at my saved images on Facebook? Saved. Let me find something. Oh, did I not save it at the time? I don't think I saved it.
Look at everybody paint planes for my. Look at Vinny paint planes for my references now.
What? You reckon you will be?
No, we won't. His study was pretty good though. It was alright.
It was very nice. It was very nice.
It's nice to it's nice because he actually cares and works, and it makes me happy that he does. Yeah, it makes me very happy that he's really putting in like some effort.
Understandably. Can you go on my Twitch and see if my audio's okay? Last time I streamed, I didn't have anyone to check.
To check.
Other than I think Ern's joined and helped. But you know, it's a bit difficult for him to help with the delay.
I'm just running an ad.
Hi Pip.
Here's a penny for you.
Oh, thanks for the penny, pal. Today we're painting planes, Pip. But I'm just getting a ref first.
Yeah, audio's fine.
Audio's fine, like completely fine.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Can you hear yourself? Is your volume balanced?
Yeah, I can hear myself. All good.
Okay.
All good in the hood.
Lovely. Now just keep that stream window open to artificially boost my views. Thanks.
No problem. Oh, because you want pennies of revenue. True. So if I just keep reloading the stream, what you should do is open the stream, Joe. Get an auto clicker on refresh and get an ad, and just auto click it every minute. And eventually, you'll make like a few, maybe like £1 or £2.
I'll make £1 there. Which
£1 an hour.
wouldn't be worth much. Right, gang. What image are you studying first? So I can do that as well. I mean, if
I'm good. I'm starting simple. So, and moving my way up.
Where are you starting?
This one you might like to paint because the values are fun. If you're gonna paint it.
I am. I'm gonna paint it. It remembers how long since you watched
It's
an
ad. It's a bit desaturated though, actually. Maybe not. And it's a bit of a boring side view.
A bent cylinder. I think I can paint a bent cylinder. Right, well. Okay, there's a regular cylinder. And then what?
My mum gave me devastating news this morning.
It would have like that kind of. Yeah, your mum gave you devastating news. What was that?
Yeah, she was like, went to go and get a beanbag for your birthday the other day, and it sold out of beanbags for some reason.
It's sold out of beanbags.
Beanbags are out, unfortunately. And mum was like, I found this other one in this other shop. Just 90 quid, so you're not having it. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't expect you to spend 90 quid on the beanbag list. I wanted one for like 20 quid.
That's a curved cylinder. Kind of. Anyway, right. Start painting planes. I'm out of practice. I'm gonna do my 0. No, I'll do the one you sent. start simple. Oh, well, how's everyone's day going?
Well, I've woken up and then spoke to you.
Okay, well that's one of the 3 people. Oh, it says I've got like 1 million viewers actually. What? What?
Did you put it on your Instagram?
No, I don't know at all. I guess just the notifications from people. I should do a study of the Weeping Angel from Doctor Who. Today is plain day. I'll save the Weeping Angel for another time. Today is plain day, and I'm excited to get messy because I want to get in touch with my inner Craig Mullins that I feel like I haven't gotten in touch with for a while. Which means that's right, we're using the chalk brushes because that's all it uses. Really horrible chalk brushes, but you know. Plain day. Yeah, plain day.
You could have plain day there. Plain day is just a must-have. Do you remember Animal Week?
I do remember Animal Week.
It's good fun.
Animal Week's great. Ooh, right, let's draw. Oh, you redeemed a message. Yoo-hoo, it's plain day. Let's draw an anime girl plane. What on earth is an anime girl plane?
Actually, TJ, if we want Instagram likes, maybe that way we need to have like Anime Girl Day, Anime Cat Girl Day. That would be
That's very true.
that might be worthwhile.
How messy can you get without it looking like garbage? Not very. I feel like the answer is not very. You can anime girls, the way to go for likes.
And they are.
I think like my highest like thing on Instagram is Japanese woman. Which is I think the closest you'll get to a real life anime girl.
It's just a Japanese one. Maybe we need to start doing more of that.
More Japanese women.
Yeah. It's not my fault if it's the in thing, you know, you gotta keep up with the trends, and you know, if the trends are anime girls, then you know it is what it is.
Obviously, we'll still study what we'll study. But for the purposes of posting on Instagram, you gotta meet that requirement.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of artists are like, oh no, don't just do what's popular on Instagram. And I feel like most of the people who say that stuff already do what's popular on Instagram.
Yeah, they make the stuff that's popular on Instagram.
Like I don't want to call any names, but a certain artist who like paints it pink all the time, right?
Don't know who you're talking about.
Constantly like, oh, you know, like he said something stupid on a story earlier that I would like to rebut. Someone said, oh, I don't feel very motivated, right, to do art, you know, I'm questioning how good I am and all this. And ergo, Josh basically said, listen, if you don't like your own art, you shouldn't be an artist. It's like time for a career change. And like, all artists at some point go, I don't like my own art. That doesn't mean they should quit. He's basically like, oh, art isn't for you then if you're not enjoying what you're doing. So what? What?
You might have just not found his vibe yet.
Yeah, it took me ages to find my vibe. You're becoming me of 2019. You're starting to stop studying Draw Anime Girl. Let me find this Instagram to make sure I'm not misquoting the poor guy. Because that's entirely possible. Let's see. Say, okay. Struggling to stay positive with my art. I constantly feel like I'm not good enough. Okay, and he said, it's a sad thing so many artists are going through. You are doing art like you're studying through med school that your parents force you to do. You won't get anywhere. If you don't love it, that's the bottom line. You need to focus on what you love and pursue that. And it's kind of like, well, if you don't love doing the hard work of studying anatomy and stuff, you still have to pursue it. He says, if you don't enjoy it, don't do it. And it's like, okay, well, you know, not everyone's got a famous YouTube channel where they can make videos that they want to do, right? Some people have to do what they don't enjoy in order to make a bit of dosh.
Yeah. I know if I get into industry, 5 years or maybe even longer of my career would just be painting boxes and barrels and bloody water bottles and designing them for 3D modeling.
You can't expect to.
And that's like fine.
Do what you enjoy immediately.
Because you wouldn't get anywhere if you didn't do that.
That's a nose cone. I want to get more, like, painterly, like, to an extreme.
I want to get more Instagram followers.
Because I feel like, oh yeah, classic. I feel like you could get really painterly and then kind of rein it back as and when you want it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Pit. Like, I like feeling not inadequate, but kind of inadequate, because if you've got nothing to improve on, if you're just like, I don't know, for example, drawing Pinterest girls over and over again in the same style, like, where's the fulfillment come from? You wanna find something that you're bad at, like hunt it down and destroy it.
Yeah.
That's where the fun.
Well, that's yeah. I was about to say that's like part of the fun is like September. Realised I didn't have to draw people, so I had an excuse then to spend an entire month just doing that. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like it just gives you.
At the end of it, I'm sure you didn't enjoy it to begin with.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The most fun for quite some time.
You had the ability to draw people, so.
Well, definitely like an improved ability to. Yeah. I went from like no ability to some kind of know-how of it.
remember a part in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy about this? You did too many Sergeant studies. I don't know why, but when I draw from imagination, it's 1,000 times better than when I draw with reference. I doubt that.
Maybe it's because
I think
I don't know when you draw.
Maybe when you're drawing from reference, it just feels too stiff. Like, but that's not the reference's fault. I think drawing from reference is a very useful practice. The guy who created all of Earth's fjords won awards for them, and he was just like, "I'm biding my time before I die. I got bored." Lol. Yeah, gotta keep busy.
Maybe it might be one of those issues that people have in life drawing. So when we do life drawing, when we do measure drawing, like the measure drawing exercise, everyone's like, really my person doesn't look like a human. What the hell? When they do it all the other times, it looks like a person. What's going on? It's a bad technique. When really, it's that every other time they draw a person, that's incorrect. And it's when they do the measure drawing and get the reality check that, you know, the correct way is the measured way, or something.
I genuinely think I'm the only artist with that problem. You should draw upside down.
Miss Mills
I'm like constantly flipping it though. Like,
Miss Mills always had me painting upside down in college. Don't know why. I think it was because like when I was.
It works. It really does work for portraiture.
She was, yeah, because I'd be like sitting there for like hours on like one drawing, like for like 4 free periods, and like things wouldn't be going well. I'd be like, Miss Mills, this isn't going well, and she'd be like, flip your canvas upside down, and flip your reference sheet upside down, and do it all upside down for the next like hour. So I'd do that, and then I'd flip it back over, and then you'd see all your mistakes, you could correct it, and then when you flip it back over. It looks like a person. Very wise woman.
Very, very wise woman.
She was really good as well. She was really good. I never saw any of Mr. Formella's like artwork, but I saw some of Miss Mills' sketchbooks. And she was.
That's what I was about to say. Pit is that drawing upside down seems like a useful exercise if you're trying to get it like proportionally accurate. But if you're actually trying to not like study like painting or the actual thing, you kind of want it the right way up.
Yeah, I think it's because if you're studying upside down,
you're just copying shapes. You don't.
Yeah, that's what you're about to say. It's just you have to study the shapes, don't you? You don't no longer see a face or a person. So yeah.
I'm not overly happy with this, but there you go. I'm gonna do them all day, so. Yes, this is an all-day stream. I might stop it and like restart it at some point, so that A, people get the notification, and B, I can split it better on YouTube. So, let's see. That's gonna be like pinky. you guys usually redo a study? Yeah, sometimes we redo studies.
I've done that a couple times.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
I'll
paint
get
over
onto
the
an
study
example.
when I've learnt more stuff. Done that a few times.
So let's see. Let's get an example of when have you done a study. Okay, so this is the first one. And then I redid it in a different way to see if that would be like a better way, because this is a nice painting, but proportionally it's incorrect, like to the reference. So I thought I'd try and do it again a different way, and it's still incorrect. But it's I learned from this that I could do like some fun value mess around stuff that I've been trying out. Yeah.
I was watching a little documentary yesterday, while I was having my tea, about this guy who's like an adventurer, and he travelled the world, everywhere in the world over the space of a year. Spent the year to just go across the world, visit every continent apart from the Arctic, and really cool. But the pacing was quite fun of the documentary, because he spent like he did Korea, Japan, and China in like 10 minutes of footage. But obviously, because the Earth's quite big, you couldn't really spend more time on it. And
Understandably.
and he just travelled the entire world, and it's like all these cool things. This was back in the 90s when he did it, so he didn't have a phone to contact his family when he was traveling
around the world in 80 days, sort of thing.
Yeah, but he did it in 365 days.
A bit slower.
Yeah.
Basically,
really cool.
BTEC, whoever the guy that did it in 80 days.
Yeah, it was really cool though. Like it was really good because he'd interview people on his way around, but he wouldn't just like interview like, oh, I've got an interview with like this famous person. It'd be like, I bumped into a random guy in the street, and like he was in Japan, I think it was, and he was talking to some guy, and this guy was like, well, I shouldn't really be talking to a white person, or I shouldn't be talking with like a Western guy, like, and he was like looking out for the police the whole time, and he was like, it was really weird.
The police won't let you talk to Westerners.
But it's back in like the 90s, I think. I don't know why. It was really weird. I think it was not long before made legal that you could converse with like other people. Apparently, yeah. But he was like looking over his shoulder the whole time and like being wary of the police.
Let me Google this.
It was really weird.
Japan law against talking to.
Or it was like having contact with Westerners and something like that. Really bizarre. I'll see if I can find the documentary and find the clip.
Strange. It's really, what do you think of contemporary abstract art? It's a tough one. I'm not personally a fan of it. I think that sometimes it's like, oh yeah, okay, I can see the message in this, and then other times it just takes the biscuit. I think personally, I tend to value art based on how much skill I think it took to produce. So obviously, if you show me a banana taped to a wall, I'm not a big fan. But you know, if other people want to spend money on it, It's up to them.
Oh, it was Michael Palin that did it.
Michael Palin, yeah, he went around the world in 80 days.
There you go.
It's the same guy. It's the same bloody
Oh,
guy.
so I think he went around the world before he did it in 80 days. In like, before he did it in 80 days, he did it in like 100 and bloody how many? 200 days. Pushing 300. See if I can find the clip of him in Japan. He's like speaking to some Japanese guy on the street. And there's like
I can't remember if I posted like both of mine. It's because usually if you do multiple attempts you don't really like one of them. In France there's too much ugly sculpture, it's literally everywhere. I don't think in Britain there's... No, I don't think there is either. There are some really stupid statues here though. Like, there's a plinth in London where every year they do like a new statue there, I'm pretty sure. Do you know the one, Tom?
no.
Well, it's a plinth.
I
Anyway.
believe you, but yeah.
And like a couple of years ago they had... It's right next to Nelson's column. Well, first of all, people want to get rid of Nelson's column for some reason. That's
what?
Because
They're silly.
I don't know, was it a famous general? It's but anyway, they wanted more representation for like disabled people, which is okay.
Yeah.
So they put a big statue of like a paraplegic woman up. She wasn't doing anything. She was literally just like a statue sitting there, which is kind of like, shouldn't she be like up to something? I don't know. Usually they're like posing or whatever.
Yeah.
The statue.
But she was just.
And everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is so great! Now disabled people finally have representation." Literally ignoring the fact that Nelson's column is right next to it. Nelson, a man with like one arm, half blind. It's like, come on. Like, surely he's a pretty cool hero for disabled people. He literally like beat the French at Trafalgar and all this. Waterloo. Okay. Sorry, Saka Sensei, for talking about your lovely country, but we did defeat it. So yeah, I guess people don't want old Nelson.
Seems a bit silly. I don't see the problem with having it. I don't know what the benefit would be with removing it.
But it's just,
not in anyone's way. Just may as well just leave it there.
Well, because he was probably racist because he was like born a million years ago or whatever. So
wasn't there a statue that was pulled down by protesters?
Yeah, it's been put in a museum now.
I'm pretty sure it was like his father of the same name was the one who was like the really.
Oh
was like
no, it's literally Peel. Okay, one of our prime ministers. Okay.
Yeah.
And he voted to abolish slavery, but because his dad was pro-slavery, they took his statue down. It's like, what? This guy literally voted to abolish slavery. That's madness.
I thought they were of the same name, you see, and the problem is that people thought it was his dad.
I think
so
they do have the same second name, so yeah, probably.
And then they realised, oh wait, no, it's not his. it's just.
They did it in America when they were pulling statues down there. They pulled down the statue of the 42nd Union Regiment or something, which was a Union regiment first of all. So they were voting for the Union to free the slaves. Yeah. And second of all, it was a regiment made entirely of black people. And they just thought, oh, it's a war memorial. It must be racist. Let's get rid of it. So, okay.
I know in Vietnam, America sent out a lot of like black people to do a lot of the hard work, a lot of the hard fighting.
Yeah.
Bit discriminatory, but
they did. Is that? That shape doesn't exactly seem very good. Whatever the flip is going on here, I don't know. Who's joined Owatan's? The woman with the handbag. There's a statue in Germany of an old woman hitting a neo-Nazi with her handbag. Sounds pretty fun. Hello. Hi. Thank God my English teacher told us more about Britain than the United States. Good. Thanks, Ernst. Favorite part of his Americans talking down statues is they sometimes keep the horse, and it's just a horse left. When they're trying to get rid of a deer or something, or a cow. I swear there was a statue
Of like a cow.
of like a deer or something, and they were trying to pull it down, and it was like, what's the poor deer done? Just mega racist deer. What can you do there?
I think it partly became a thing to find statues to pull down.
No, that's why they made the mistake with the Peel one, is because they sent out like a big memo to everyone who wanted to put statues down, and they were like, "Oh, this guy was
This guy's a
pro-slavery
racist.
or whatever. He's racist."
And
Pull his
really,
statue
he's
down."
just,
And it's like, no, he voted for abolition. Come on, gang, get your history right, please. It's all well
You're
and
gonna
good
pull
if you
down a
wanna
statue.
go out and make some positive change in the world, but pulling down the statue of an abolitionist isn't really
The way to do it, yeah.
Just a bit mad. Anyway, we have the lovely kind of blood sport of watching the presidential election from the coziness of Britain, knowing we won't have to deal with the outcome.
Well, you might do a bit.
Well, yeah, because every single comedian in Britain will make shit jokes about whoever's elected for the next 4 years, and it's like, we don't care. The British public do not care. Stop making these awful jokes. And all of the like merchandise, all of the stupid like Trump toys that are in every like garden centre you go to. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you can get a Trump tea strainer. Haha, he's got an orange head. Please. He's not our president. I don't care.
I was watching another documentary about.
No.
I watched a lot of them. This was about 2 weeks ago though, and that was about the problem if we, the UK, decided to strike up a trade deal with America in terms of like our meat products, because the EU has a lot of regulation on how you can raise farm animals. Like, you can't give them a large amount of what's called steroids and that. You can't do this, you can't do that, which is like perfectly fine, because usually these steroids that they're given are proven to give people cancer and all that.
Okay.
But these regulations aren't in American meats like whatsoever. Like
Amazing.
They don't check their. I think they don't like clean their meat properly. They don't.
Interesting.
They don't. Yeah. They have like, I think it's like 30 different types of steroids that aren't in UK and European meats that are in American meats. And there's also what's the other one? In chickens are given a plethora of antibiotics, like loads and loads and loads of them. So if we start eating their chicken, it could help make us become immune to, or it makes certain antibiotics become useless. If we got the actual illness, there'd be less ways to treat it, stuff like that.
Understandable. Yeah.
Which are all serious issues. And then, so the problem is that if we start eating their meats, as like a country, we'll become sicker and poorer. or more poorly. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if the Americans just used to it.
Yeah, maybe they.
Because I
Very
mean,
odd.
the statistics don't bear true. If
So.
that isn't the case, because
Well, I'm pretty
they're
sure.
not a sicker. Well, they are, but it's a bit obesity problem.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think they have a higher cancer rate than us on account of their meat.
I think. See, because a lot of cancer, when people pass away of cancer, or whatever, it comes up like very late in life, and it can be contributed to like old age. Sometimes, as like, oh, they died of old age,
You
but
reckon they just plop it down as
but
old
very
age
often,
when actually it's
very
meat?
often it's not old age. It's
Well, that was a
maybe
poopy
cancer.
plane study. Hope you enjoyed that, gang. Why is my Insta and Twitch called Morokai? Because I am a big Skyrim nerd, and I was trying to come up with a username, and there's a dragon mask called Morokai, and I thought, oh, I'll just change that to Kai, and I'll be sorted. There you go. You do have a lot of channel points. I don't know what you're gonna spend them all on.
I watched a streamer called Tio, and what he started doing with channel points is because he also realised that people have like a bajillion channel points and they're all pretty thingies. What he's done is he's got RGB lights in his studio room,
People can
and people can use their points to change the colours of the RGB lights.
see, that's fun.
That is pretty fun.
That's pretty fun. US has one of the highest cancer rates. That's interesting.
I thought it would have been something like Japan, because a lot of people in Japan still smoke a lot, don't they? It's still like quite a popular thing in Japan to smoke. So I thought
I would have thought the highest would be New Zealand.
Why?
Because they are the most obese nation on Earth.
Oh, really?
And the more, obviously, cancer is a mutation of cells, so the more cells you have, the higher chance that one of them's gonna go sour.
Go sour.
Yeah, they're the most obese nation on the planet because they had like a pretty tribal kind of traditional fish and foraged fruit diet. Barely any carbohydrates in their diet, that kind of thing. Until recently, and now they've just been flooded with like McDonald's and stuff, and the entire population's addicted. So they're the most like I think 60% of the population's obese or something in New Zealand. It's insane.
Wow, that's really bad.
New Zealand's number 2 for cancer or for obesity. For cancer, yeah. So there you go. So I think it is an obese thing. What's the percent? How many people are obese in New Zealand? Okay, 47% of Maori adults, so the natives, are obese, and 65% of Pacific adults are obese.
Wow.
So like, it's really bad in New Zealand. Bunch of tubbies, aren't they? Hey. You gotta go have fun, Sekiro Sensei. Have fun. Right, I wanna get a bit funky with my painting. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Bit funky monkey.
Bit funky.
Because, like, I'm not really a fan of that. Why is JP by default on overlay? Can I have it? Add new tool. JP 00. Don't include pattern. Okay. So this is by default on normal now, thank god. Oh god, why is it so laggy? Why is it so like? How big's this canvas? Have I made this like huge? No, not that big. US is also around 40% obesity rate. Trump is actually obese. Yeah, he looks like quite a large man. How tall is he? He's quite tall as well. It's a big problem. It's getting to be a problem in the UK.
It will be after. Didn't Boris say he was going to prescribe riding your bike as like a solution to fight obesity because it was like on the rise?
It definitely is a solution, cycling.
Yeah, definitely. Like like people use it, but it's obviously not really prescribed because I think you can start getting like government bikes, like prescribed bikes and stuff.
What, like you go to your doctors, they go, "You're obese here, ride this bike."
Yeah, and then you can go and apply it and get like a free bike for a period of time. Like Joe, like when you go to the hospital and you get crutches, and then after a certain amount of time you're meant to give them back and stuff.
Yeah, understand.
Like that. Same with the bike. I think it sounds like a good idea. I think that could work. But I think what people would do is not return the bike. And it would become very expensive.
They would have to return the bike.
And plus, it takes like self-dedication to keep to lose weight, like to that degree. Like you have to be pretty self-disciplined to do it. And if it might be hard to just prescribe that because there's a lot of like mental struggles that come with losing weight as well. So it'd be hard to just say, "Oh yeah, just lose this weight by riding the bike." It's like, well, yeah, obviously.
Well, it's kind of like a lot of other physiotherapy treatments. Like I had flat feet as a kid, and the only way to get rid of the flat feet was to do these really, really painful exercises every day. And it's like, that's what they prescribed, and I had to do it. So I could have gone, "Oh no, this is too difficult," and not done it. Just the same as someone could go, "No, I'm not going to exercise," because it's just yeah. So I guess it's up to the patient if they want to get better.
Yeah. And how often do people fail like weight loss regimes? Pretty often.
It's flat feet. It's dangerous to have. It just causes a lot of like pain, or it did for me anyway. And you can't like walk properly, so it kind of affects your legs. Yeah. I mean, the main problem with my flat feet was that one of my legs was literally like half a centimeter bigger than the other one, like longer. So I had to get that sorted out immediately, didn't I? Let's put these numbers in. Yes. We're on to a different. Right, and now I'm hoping, for the love of all things holy, that after like however long I'm gonna be streaming for, I post this to YouTube. They don't insta ban me for the use of copyrighted music.
I think some just report it. Actually, no, they got like they can scan the videos now, can't they?
That's what they do. They scan them, and yeah, they scan them good. The horizon should be flat. Kind of want to get a pull-up bar. I have a rowing machine. I feel like it's good for my back.
Rowing machines are good. I used to row quite a lot. For Liverpool Victoria Rowing Club.
Oh, you actually rode at a rowing club?
Yeah. Won a few races, got a few medals, pal.
Impressive.
And yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was horrible though because it's very painful. I think very, very painful, because if you're doing like a 40-minute row, and it was like you have to do this 40-minute row and the best like 5 times get to compete, and then you're like, well, I may as well make myself feel awful now so I get to compete in the next race. So you'd do it, and then you'd like collapse off the machine and like throw up and everything. That's horrible, but it means you get to compete. Definitely worth it. So yeah.
I'm imagining that this is like Mount Fuji, although it definitely isn't.
Are you on to another study now, Joe?
Oh yeah, you still on?
Still not playing. I'm drawing it, so it'll take a bit of time.
I'm also on a second play. I'm on the 0 I posted.
Ian was happy with me the other day. I had a life drawing session. We were drawing on the walls, like you saw.
Yeah, I did see.
And I was going around putting all my terminus lines in.
Oh yes.
Ian, oh my god, I've never seen a man with a bigger smile on his gnashes. Right.
It's the terminus lines, isn't it?
He adores them. He was so happy, and he was like, and then he was giving the tips to somebody else, and he was like, "Look over there. Look at Tom's work. See that terminus line? It's really good. Do it."
That's
and
how
I was like,
made it big time. When you start showing off your terminus lines, you know you've done it.
"Oh, I have a. Oh no, I'll tell you what later."
Bit of a not appropriate for stream.
Appropriate for stream story.
Okay. Now my adoring fans are gonna be just desperate.
Left out on the goss.
I just absolutely despise this.
You're always done with this drawing.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You reckon I just draw this 0 first, or just go straight into it? Oh. Motion blur is a weird thing to paint, because motion blur and also like a perspective or tilt shift blur are weird things to paint, because when I look at this plane, my eyes do that for me. Right, the background is photographed in focus, more or less. But when I look at the plane, obviously because I'm focusing on this object, anything outside of my field of view blurs anyway. So if you manually do that, it just means that when I want to focus on the background, I can't. So you're just taking away part of the image. I think unless you're doing like, yeah, motion blur is slightly different because, but I mean it depends on the shutter speed you're trying to like emulate. Yeah, because motion blur isn't an eye thing. We don't really like the shutter speed of your eye. It is fairly good to the point where fast things don't tend to blur very much. I don't think. So depends. If you're trying to make it look like a photograph, then motion blur away.
I'm gonna try and
peel off.
Border it like that reference image that I saw. Like that artist I sent you that said looked cool.
Which one?
The one I did the 2 train engines.
Oh.
I like the way he did that shadow as well. I might put some of that on. Yeah, it's fun. A bit of a boring angle. Oh, sorry, there wasn't really much detail in this one, but I was a bit of a warm up.
Choosing between mimicking an image versus mimicking life is weird. Yeah, so you have to remember that images have some quirks to them. Like, unless they're HDRI images, they probably don't have a full value range.
They can also have like distortion in that. They need to watch out for. There we go, that was fun. Let's find out what plane it was so I can write it on.
That is pathetic.
Oh yeah, that's quite fun.
You have to keep in mind a lot of things when you paint.
Okay. Still October. 17th study of October. That's pretty poor, isn't it? That's very poor.
Let me see what I'm on.
I've done a lot of
I'm on 28.
done a lot of uni work. So
you're gonna excuse yourself.
okay. Let me put that on.
Do you know zeros are actually made of like wood?
Yeah.
So they
And
have like
canvassy stuff.
Yeah, they have like fuel leaks all the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you're flying into an aircraft carrier, I don't suppose it matters.
See, that's why they're pretty poor. I think they were much slower as well than a lot of aircraft of their kind of time. So, if in doubt, fly them into people.
That's all it takes. All it takes. I have 5 viewers, really? That's nice. That's nice. I've got 5 viewers. How's it going? 5 viewers. Everyone busy? Keep them busy doing what they enjoy. Okay.
Next study. Do a bit more.
Yep.
A bit more pizzazz this time.
A bit more pizzazz.
I like this one. The tip of the wings cropped off. It's a bit annoying. If I can find an image of the same plane elsewhere with the wing cropped in, then I can make it up. Or just draw it with the wing cropped out a bit, but that just seems a bit silly. Oh, okay, it's literally just sweet. Drawable. I'll have to do that one.
Can't help but feel like my perspective is off.
I'm gonna try and sketch on to see how I think that wing will finish, and then
Wings are usually at the bottom of the tube, but it is on this side. On this side. It's not the correct pit. Thank you.
something like that maybe. Not very good at drawing planes. Still got a lot to learn. Yeah. I guess that's what for today is for. I want to be a bona fide expert at drawing planes by the end of today. Plane day.
This better work. I'm suing you.
Plane day? Well, how else are you gonna learn how to draw planes other than plane day?
True. There's a little guy in there. There is a little fella in there. Just feel like my zero is a bit crap at the moment. afraid. Too long. Too long. More blue from the sky. You like drone planes as long as they crash and abandon. Yeah, that can be fairly fun. You know what? It's a plane. It's not the best plane, but it's a plane. It is a plane. Let's go like a little fella in here. Or whatever.
My doorbell's ringing. I think I'm the only one up in the house, so I'll be back in a sec.
How's it going? Yeah, that's nice enough. Nice enough to move on.
I'm back.
Welcome back. You know, ideally you'd have like a second plane down here.
That's on the wrong freaking layer. That's fine. do 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 do. I like this music.
I'm liking this music. Do you
Bit
like
funky.
Curry?
Yeah, I like curry. I've got nothing against curry. That's what you're asking me. I haven't been a fan of either of these studies so far. But, yeah. We got all day. The stream's just hit 2 hours, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop it and then restart it so that I can save one VOD at a time to YouTube that are 2 hours long. However, so I will be back shortly. It also means that people are gonna get the stream notification again, so I might get some more views. We'll see.
True.
You like this one? Maybe I'm in a bad mood. Maybe I will like it. I feel like the perspectives are. I prefer the first one. Oh, which one do you like? Oh, I don't know. It's a win-win, exactly. So I will be back shortly. I expect to see you there, gang. While I play my funky music. Oh yeah. Right. See you in a minute.